When dreams collapse, love begins. My name is Elana Viron. I'm 29, and I built my architectural studio, Nova Rise Atelier, from a tiny desk in a shared workspace. Now we design entire city blocks, rooftops that float over skylines, and homes that make people feel seen. But nothing in my life prepared me for betrayal, especially from the person I once called my sister. I met Sarah Lanford on day one of college. She barged into our dorm room, dragging a suitcase twice her size, tripped, then burst into laughter. Guess what? We're going to be best friends. Don't fight it. I stared at her, confused, amused, but somehow already convinced. We grew up together in those years. Midnight tacos, breakup vodka, shared secrets, ugly crying on sidewalks. We promised we'd be each other's bridesmaids, godmothers, emergency contacts. All of it. Sarah was loud, radiant, the world adored her. People said she could talk a storm into sunshine. I was the quiet one, the thinker, but it worked. After graduation, life tugged us in different directions. I chased architecture like oxygen. She slipped into event planning, weddings, corporate galas, fundraisers. Time drifted. We texted every birthday, every holiday, but we didn't see each other much. Still, she was my person. Or so I thought. One evening, my phone lit up. Sarah, Elana, I'm getting married. Be my bridesmaid. You have to. I laughed out loud. Of course. I wouldn't miss it. And I meant that. A month later, she asked me to meet her at a bridal boutique in downtown San Diego. Glass floors, white walls. Everything smelled like roses and new beginnings. When I walked in, I saw her, glowing, wrapped in shimmer. And next to her stood a man, tall, calm, gray eyes that looked like soft storm clouds. Aiden Cress. She introduced us quickly. Elana, Aiden. Aiden, my best friend. He smiled, warm but quiet. I've heard a lot about you. Something in the way he said it, like he wasn't sure if it was true. Sarah shoved a dress bag into my hands. Try it, you'll love it. I stepped into the fitting room. The dress was ivory satin, simple but romantic. When I came out, silence. The consultants froze. Two bridesmaids stared. Aiden blinked like something hit him. I suddenly felt exposed. Sarah's smile slipped. Her eyes narrowed, cold, calculating. She circled me. Once. Twice. Then, I'm not feeling it. I shifted. Not feeling the dress? Her voice changed. Sharp. No. You. A spike of ice stabbed my chest. What does that mean? Sarah crossed her arms. You just don't fit the aesthetic. You're distracting. This is my day, and I need everything perfect. Someone coughed. The room shrank. Aiden stepped forward, uneasy. Sarah, she cut him off. No, I'm making the call. Elena, you're not a bridesmaid anymore. Just attend as a guest, okay? And maybe wear something quieter. I stared at her. A girl I once cried with, shared dreams with. I felt something cracking. Something old, something important. I forced my voice steady. I came because I love you. You didn't have to humiliate me. Sarah stared at her reflection. I'm just protecting my vision. That was it. No apology, no hesitation. Just ice. So I left, without looking back. I told myself it didn't matter, that she'd always been dramatic, that I was too grown to care. But I cared more than I wanted to admit. And I couldn't forget Aiden's face, the guilt in his eyes, like he'd watched something break and couldn't stop it. A week later, he texted, Aiden, I'm sorry for what happened. I should have said something. Can we talk? I sat with that message for hours. Then, sure, we met at a tiny coffee shop. He was already there, hands around a mug like it was saving him. Has she always been like that? I asked. He exhaled. This past year, everything became about the wedding, about appearances. His voice softened. But the way she treated you, that wasn't okay. You deserve better. Something in me warmed and ached. We talked for 2 hours, then 3. He told me he once wanted to build a house by the ocean. I told him I wanted to design a home for 2 hearts, instead of just walls. He smiled. Maybe you already have. And just like that, I felt something flicker. 2 weeks later, he messaged again. We broke up. My breath hitched. Because of me? No, because it wasn't real anymore. Silence. Then, I'm sorry. Don't be. 3 days later, Sarah called. She didn't say hello. You stole him from me. I closed my eyes. No, Sarah, you pushed him away. You ruined everything. You loved the wedding, not the man. She hung up, and that was the last time we spoke. Aiden and I didn't rush. We didn't force. Coffee became dinners. Dinners became beach walks. Beach walks became nights under the stars. He showed me his notebooks, bridges he dreamed of building, homes with glass walls that opened to sky. One night he asked, "What do you want most?" I thought, "A home that feels like truth." He smiled gently. "I think we're building that already." And somehow, we were. A year later, he asked me to take a trip. Oregon coast. Fog. Air tasting like salt and possibility. He drove us to a quiet town where the ocean whispered against rocks. Then, a house. Wood and glass. Warm light glowing inside. "I built this," he said quietly. "For us." My heart trembled. He knelt. "Elana Viron, will you build the rest of this life with me? With trust, with joy, with love?" Tears blurred the world. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Our wedding was simple. Bare feet on sand. Wind in our hair. Just us and the ocean. No audience. No drama. Just love. 3 years passed. We expanded Nova Rise Atelier to Portland. Aiden became my partner, in business, in dreams, in every morning. We designed places where people could breathe deeply, where light and soul lived together. Sometimes, while we work late, he looks at me like he still can't believe this is real. I just smile. People still ask, "Do you regret losing Sarah?" I think, then say gently, "A true friend would never ask you to shrink." I didn't lose her. I simply discovered she was never really mine. But I found something better. Love that wasn't afraid of my light. A partner who stood with me, not in front of me. A home built, not with wood or nails, but trust. We still live by the ocean. Evenings we sit on our porch, listening to the waves roll in and out. Aiden sometimes watches me like the story is still unfolding. I whisper, "Home is anywhere you are." He smiles, slow, sure. And I know we built something real. Sometimes dreams fall apart, so better ones can take their place. Sometimes betrayal is just a doorway. Sometimes love finds us exactly where something once broke.